100%. Good. Hi, Vivi. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Again, hi, Zach. Thank you for joining. Let me know where you're joining us from. Every time you join in, please, because I'm currently using StreamYard, I will not be able to see the people that join. I can see that, yes, we have four people on the call, but I'm not able to see everybody on the call. So please, as soon as you join in, tell us your name and where you are joining us from. I know that we're already late, so I am going to get started immediately. Welcome, welcome to our amazing session. Today, we are going to be talking about global client attraction for African virtual assistants. And like I mentioned earlier, the session or the things we are going to be talking about, they are going to be um, uncommon strategies, right? Not ones that you can find easily anywhere because all of them are from experience. All of them are from experience. Basically, the strategies that I've discovered in the last say 12 months, actually between 7 to 12 months, that I've applied and I've also recommended to a couple of people, including people that are not even in the virtual assistant space, people that are not even in the freelancing space, and it has worked for them. So that's why I decided that, you know what, I'm going to come and talk about it in the session today. But I need to see a lot of energy. I need to see a lot of energy. I need to see a lot of energy. So let me know where you're joining us from. As you get in, let me know where you're joining us from. And don't forget to share this session. Please share this session to whether it's your story, your WhatsApp story, your WhatsApp status. Let's just have so many people join us. If we have up to 10 people, that would be really nice. Let's have everybody join us. So I'm going to actually take a picture. You can feel free to take a picture of us live right now and post it. Then you can tag me. So you can post something and say live session with Jen. And then you can tag me on Instagram as Jen the virtual assistant. Okay. So I'm going to do that myself because I always practice what I preach. I always practice what I preach. I always do. Before I tell you to do something, just believe that I've tried it or I am currently trying it. So let's do that right now. The link, you can attach the link to the session as well, just so that they can easily join as soon as they see it. When they click on it, they will be able to join. So we're going to start in the next 1 minute. Yeah. Hi, Vivi. Are you still here? All right, perfect. So I've done this and I'm just really going to go with the flow right now. Again, thank you so much, guys, for joining. I am really sorry that we are late. We are starting late, but no problem. We're going to have a good time to the point that you will not remember that we are starting late. Okay, so let us get started. Hi, if you are just seeing me for the first time, my name is Jen. I am a virtual assistant. I am so proud to always introduce myself as a virtual assistant because for me, it is not just about the title, it is also about the impact, about the work that I do, and also the results that I produce for clients. So I am usually very, very excited. If you are just joining us right now, thank you so much for joining. Hello, I'm really excited to be seeing you here. Thank you for sparing me time out of your busy schedule. I can imagine how busy you are. So you're either busy or you're so tired from the week and you're just trying to relax, and then I'm telling you to come and join me live, right? But thank you so much. Thank you very much for making it a date with me. You can just let us know what your name is and where you're joining us from. All right. So this session, is sponsored by the Equivalent Virtual Assistant Bootcamp. I'm going to tell you about them very soon. But the expectation of this session is that by the end of this webinar, you will have strategies to position yourself in high value, low competition global markets where African virtual assistants can thrive. So this is tagged global client attraction because, like I mentioned from the start of this webinar, there there are a lot of opportunities, not just for Nigerian virtual assistants, but African virtual assistants. And the best way for us to actually grow is for us to grow together. So, and even if there are strategies that work for Nigerian virtual assistants, there are strategies that work for South African virtual assistants, there are overall strategies that can work for all virtual assistants in Africa. So, yeah, we're definitely going to be talking about that. Majorly also because a lot of companies, a lot of organizations are targeting Africa. They are moving investments to Africa, some African countries. They are building businesses in some African companies. So, of course, they need the African talents to help them achieve the goals that they have in their African markets. So that's why we're talking about it. So by the end of this session, definitely you'd already have these strategies. And of course, if you stick with me till the end, you're going to be getting an exclusive bonus because the sponsors of our webinar has something amazing to talk to us about. Again, if you're just seeing my face for the first time, if you're a YouTuber or if you watch my YouTube videos, I'm sure you know the next thing I want to say. Hi, my name is Jen. I am a virtual assistant and a work from home enthusiast. I love being a virtual assistant, and by the grace of God, I'm also the founder of the Equipped Virtual Assistant Bootcamp, which is the university for virtual assistants, the University for Virtual Assistants, and I will definitely tell you the reason why I did that. So about our sponsor, which is the Equipped Virtual Assistant Bootcamp. When I started EVB, I didn't just want to train virtual assistants. I wanted to actually build careers, and I wanted to change lives and create opportunities as well. So the actual reason I started in the first place was I studied microbiology in school, right? And I have never used my microbiology certificates to do anything, and I did not learn virtual assistants from anywhere directly when I started. So in 2020, every time I heard people say, "Oh, there were no jobs in Nigeria," I kept wondering why would people think like that? Because I finished university in 2017, and I promise you, since I finished the university, I have never had to go more than a month without a job before, and I've never used my certificate before. So I've always had clients, I've always had work. So every time I heard people say, "Oh, after university there are no jobs," and I kept wondering. But then again, I'm big on personal development, and I'm also big on understanding people, the reason why people are doing things. So I felt like, okay, it is possible that the reason why people keep saying that there are no jobs in Nigeria is because they lacked information. I would say I gained access to information early because I heard about virtual assistants in 2016. Imagine hearing about virtual assistants in 2016, and then there are people hearing about virtual assistants in 2025. So, of course, I had the higher advantage because I had greater knowledge. And again, people that have knowledge, they have the ability to do a lot bigger things than people without knowledge. So I went ahead to start creating content. From creating content between 2021 into 2023, I had a lot of people reach out to say, "Oh, I love what you do, I want to learn what you do." And because of the fact that I've been a virtual assistant since 2016, I know how much I have to learn in the course of 2016 into 2023. I knew all of the things I needed to perfect. In fact, it's actually a journey. Even till now, I'm still learning stuff, right? I knew that it was going to be impossible for me to teach somebody to help them go from zero to being a virtual assistant in 3 hours with a master class, with a 3 days program or whatever. So I went ahead to say, you know what, if I would have to really teach people, I would definitely need to do something that is way beyond a master class or a workshop. Then I thought about it again, like, what's the best way or what's the shortest time people can actually really learn to the point where yes, they can become a professional virtual assistant. And I figured that okay, you know what, the shortest time has to be 45 days. And I also discovered that um most people, when they want to get into tech, they usually do a boot camp. And I'm like, you know what, that's what we're going to do with EVB. It's not just going to be a master class, it's not just going to be a place, an online course, a place where you just come and learn. It's going to be a boot camp, such that if you enter, even if you are entering as a secondary school graduate, even if you're entering without having to go to school, as long as you can speak in English, as long as you can write in English, as long as you can read in English, you would definitely become a professional virtual assistant in the end. And that is how we started. And over the past 12 months, over the past 24 months, rather, we started in 2023. We've done amazing, amazing things that I'm so proud of. We've trained and graduated over 1,000 plus students across 6 cohorts. We are currently registering our 7th cohort at the moment. We've also achieved a 70% employment rate for our alumni, because in the end, it's not just about learning skills, right? One of the reasons why we Nigerians, or part of the reasons why everybody is learning a new skill, is to get a job. And some people, after learning the skills, they still have issues with understanding how to get a job. That's why we also go ahead to partner with companies, organizations, personal brands to, you know, place our virtual assistant. We've also built a strong community of over 20,000 people. So combination of our page, EVB page, combination of my page, all of my social media platforms. So over 20,000 strong community members. We've also delivered free education. So we do free education, right? Our goal is education. Our goal is education so that individuals in Africa can become better. So we do this through our paid classes and also our free classes. So we do free. So example of that is actually what we are currently doing right now. That's an example. And then we also host live sessions on Instagram every day. We also kickstarted our CSR. We do CSR, we do charity as well. I think this is one of my most exciting part of EVB. We started that this month actually. Sorry, this year. And so far, we have partnered with an organization and we have fed 100 kids already in Plateau State, Nigeria. And we definitely plan to do more. With our charity, the goal is not just to feed children or feed people. The goal is also to give scholarships to learn digital skills so that you are not just, we're not just giving you we're not just giving you fish to eat, right? We're also teaching you how to fish for yourself so that in the long run you can create a better life for yourself. So now we're actually entering our next phase, which is our EVB 2.0, and we are moving from just being a boot camp to a virtual assistant university. And that means that we are no longer just going to be a boot camp that holds every quarter. We are going to now cater to everybody, both beginners, both intermediates, and also both experts. But anyways, we're going to come back to this. Let's just get right into exactly what we're here to do. But before we get into it, I would like for you to let me know what you do and what industry you are in. All right. Nike says, Nike from Lagos. Is it Nike that I know? Is this Adenike? Hi, thank you so much for joining. Prince says, your story is so captivating. Well done. Thank you. My name is also Prof. Jen. I'm called Prof. Jen. Well, yeah, thank you so much for joining. I'm very excited. So tell me what you do and your industry. I'm sure that for the fact that what we're talking about is has to do with remote work. I know that it is not only virtual assistants that we have here, not just freelancers. We have a lot of professionals, everybody looking for remote work. So I'd like to know what you do and what industry you are in. Okay, Nika says physiotherapist, healthcare. Thank you so much. Let's have more people. We're about to get started now, so you can really invite more people to join us at the moment. All right. So first things first, uncommon global client attraction strategies. And these strategies are definitely something that will work. They are strategies that will work for you, whether you are not a virtual assistant. So for me, one thing is the bigger picture. I like to consider the bigger picture when it comes to working generally, when it comes to um just everything we do generally, right? So that is why all of these things are things that if you look through it properly, you see that they're actually the bigger picture. So the first strategy that I have on my list here is to target industry wide spaces, not just job boards. Usually when we see how to get client posts, how to get client resources, how to get client anything, the first thing you're hearing is, oh, um, join Upwork or search for job boards, join Facebook groups. These are amazing. I'm not disputing the fact, but remember from the start of this strategy, I said that you want to make sure that we are focusing exactly on things that our counterparts are not focusing on. That is why we're talking about things like this. So while it is good to chase after Upwork jobs, Facebook groups, and also LinkedIn searches, like every other virtual assistant do, like every other freelancers do, like every other person that is looking for remote jobs do, the gold mine is actually in industries and communities where virtual assistants aren't even in their radar yet. So we had an IG live session yesterday, and I was talking about the fact that there are some business owners that actually need virtual assistants, but they do not know they need virtual assistants. And I want to also pause to say that virtual assistants or virtual assisting is not just about calendar management. It is not just about email management. It is way beyond that. On our IG live session yesterday, we mentioned that a virtual assistant is a professional that helps businesses, helps organizations, help individuals, personal brands to do specific tasks or industry related tasks in a way that brings them impact, and this is done virtually. So think of it from this point as we talk about it. So I'm actually considering going live on TikTok at the same time that we are live here. I think that's going to make sense. I think that that's going to make sense. Um, but yeah, let's just focus on this for the fact that I have slides that I'm using. So the first thing, like I mentioned, target industry white spaces, not just job boards. This is um, identifying different industries that you can work in. So you're a virtual assistant, right? Or you're a freelancer that offers different services for your clients. Think of other industries that are way beyond what you currently know or what you currently do that possibly need your services. Think of other people that you can actually work with, other people that you can actually provide services for, that you do not think of easily, that you've not worked with before, right? Think of them, whether they know that they need you as a virtual assistant or as a freelancer, or they do not need you. Just identify them first, right? Example of this is emerging tech sectors. Like we're currently entering the tech age where a lot of companies are becoming tech companies. We're having so many tech companies. So like AI automation tool companies, crypto is actually something that is quite popular at the moment. So most of these are actually global first and remote friendly, majorly because everything they are doing is online. So of course they completely understand the fact that things need to be remote. So it's going to actually make sense. So how you can tap into this is, most of the times when this company starts, they do like a beta testing. So they can say they are looking for a couple of people to test their beta, whether to test their MVP or to just test their first release. So you want to join those groups, join their beta user group, then also go ahead to attend niche webinars. So some of these guys, when they are doing activation or when they are doing launching, when they are trying to do some kind of education around their companies, they do webinars. So once you join their webinars, you are going to be able to engage them, the people that are going to be organizing the webinars, the people that are going to be facilitating the webinars, rather. You are able to hear from them talk about their company. You are able to know what is a possible problem that they have that they can solve. You are able to identify like a gap that they most likely are not seeing as a gap at the moment, but you as an expert, you see it as a gap that you can pitch to them with. And then, of course, you want to use that webinar to get them to be familiar with you, so that when you send an email to pitch yourself, to say, oh, I just heard that, I just joined your webinar, it was such an amazing session, I liked it. Or after the session, I went through you guys' website, and amazing job you guys are doing, but I see that this thing is missing. I see that you guys don't have this and this and that. I am a virtual assistant with this specialization. I can help you do that. So um this is you taking ownership of going after premium clients, taking ownership of going after the big guys that you really, really want to work with. Because if you want to attract global clients, if you want to attract global clients that can actually pay you, or even global clients that you can grow with to the point where you can become shareholders, you can have stock from their company, you need to become more proactive. Instead of just waiting for them to actually put out a job, that they're looking for a virtual assistant to do this, or they're looking for a professional that will do this. Attend all of these sessions, get a little familiar or get a little close to the company itself and also the founders of the company, and see. So another typical example is you are in this live session now, and I just talked about EVB, the problem that we're solving, the solutions. A person that wants to take advantage of this strategy that I just mentioned, after our call, I'm not supposed to be telling you this, but yeah, I'm just, please don't send me an email, but I'm just giving you an idea of what I mean. I'm trying to make it more practical. But after this session, you take your time to actually go through our webinar, our websites, you take your time to actually go through our social media page. You will be able to spot some things. If you really know your work, if you are a professional as such, you will be able to spot some things that are missing, that you can provide services for. And if you pitch yourself correctly, and we clearly see the gap, um and the things that the gap is costing us, there is no way we will not want to work with you, except of course we don't have a budget, but we can always come to a compromise as regards budget. So let me know if you get what I'm saying in the comment section. Why this works is that you position yourself as the first virtual assistants they've met who understand their unique workflow. Simple and short. Because most people, one of the reasons I believe some companies or some businesses do not really hire virtual assistants, they feel like virtual assistants are just people that get tasks done for them, are just people that they have to tell, oh, do this before they go and do it. But virtual assistants are evolving way beyond just managing tasks, right? I know some people will argue to say, oh, the virtual assistants that are now acting as partners, or virtual assistants that now like come up with tasks on their own and just really do stuff that will move the business forward, our online business managers. But that is not true at all. I do not agree. Virtual assistants are way beyond task doers. They are now basically operations experts that do so many things. And let's not even forget the fact that we have different niches in the virtual assistant world. So as a virtual assistant, you can have different specialization. You can be a tech virtual assistant. I'm a tech virtual assistant. I am an e-learning virtual assistant. I am a marketing virtual assistant. I am a content and social media virtual assistant. Like, I have a lot of specializations. And currently, I am trying to learn becoming an AI virtual assistant, to create a lot of automations, to do automations, to create videos using AI, so many things. So you need to, first things first, own your expertise. And once you're able to own your expertise and be confident in your expertise, you will actually be able to spot gaps that companies have, that they, whether they know they have the gaps or they don't know they have the gaps, and pitch to them, and they will certainly work with you. One of the things that helped me so much as a virtual assistant, especially with my clients, is I'm always pitching. Like, I'm always pitching. I'm seeing this gap. So before I start working with you, I've seen this gap. So two ways: is either I position myself to the point where you reach me yourself, or when we start working together, I find other gaps that you have that you're not taking advantage of. You're not taking advantage of my expertise in that area, and I fix it for you. And before you know, somebody that signed up for, say, the basic package is already in my highest package. And we're also looking for something else to add to whatever it is that we are doing for them. All right. So that's the first strategy. The second strategy is to exploit the reverse time zone advantage. This, I spoke about this yesterday in our live session, where I said one of the reasons why um one of the reasons why virtual assistance is in demand is the fact that we have a time zone advantage. A lot of businesses right now, they are targeting global audience. They're targeting a global audience, and that means that they need to be able to meet their target market in their time zone. So whether they're in, let's say, the Australian time zone, or they're in the US time zone, they have audience in Africa, they have audience even in different countries in Africa. We have different time zones, right? And they want to be able to reach all of this time zone. It means that they will definitely want to work with virtual assistants in their country and also virtual assistants in Africa. So that is actually another amazing strategy you can use. So African virtual assistants can leverage time zone differences to deliver work overnight for clients, because once it is their night time, it is our daytime. So that means that we can actually be helping them do stuff that they would usually need ready and cannot find somebody in their time zone to do it. And you can definitely do this with the right pitch angle. So example is reaching out to a client to say, oh, hi, imagine ending your work day, sending me your task, and waking up with them done. Another example, I always like to use personal experiences. The reason is because of the fact that it makes it more um analytical, and then it also gives it more picture, right? So an example is, it is currently 9:38. I'm in Lagos, Nigeria, by the way. It's currently 9:38, and we have a workflow in my company where after every live session, we are meant to we have like certain steps we are meant to do. And as a company that wants to operate between, say, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or 6 p.m., there are certain things that should get done. By the time we're done with this session, hopefully by 10 p.m., I should be going to bed. If I have a virtual assistant that is in another time zone, say it's currently there 12 p.m., and lets me know, oh, the things you're meant to do post webinar, how about I do it for you, such that by the time you wake up by 7 a.m. or by 8 a.m. and you're about to resume, you already have the things you need to meet your customers, to meet your audience at AM exactly. Instead of resuming by 8 a.m. and trying to get those things done before the end of the day. And even if you're able to reach your target audience, it's not going to hit as it would have hit if it was actually meeting them at 8 a.m. I don't know if you get my point. Let me know if you get the picture I'm trying to paint. Let me know if you get the picture I am trying to paint with this. Let me know in the comment section if you get the picture that I'm trying to paint with this. Right? So next thing is for you to position yourself as a content asset, not just a service provider. Another thing is um people are excited about the fact that, oh, I just want to produce service, I just want to provide a service for you, I'm a service provider, I can do this for you, I can do that. How about positioning yourself as a content asset instead? So what this is that instead of selling admin support, sell yourself as an IP builder. So what's an IP builder? An IP builder is IP majorly means intellectual property, right? In this case, intellectual property. So instead of selling yourself as an admin support or selling admin support, you are selling yourself as an IP builder. So this means helping clients grow their digital footprint while you work in the background. So again, we are currently in the age where everybody's trying to leverage social media, whether for their personal brand, for their businesses. In fact, before now, businesses were fine running on their own. Founders, CEOs, they were fine running their businesses without them being in the limelight. But right about now, personal branding is important, including for founders. So founders want to certainly build their digital footprints, not necessarily to become an influencer or whatever, but they just want to have a strong digital footprint, because that would also help with investors in the long run, right? So this is going to be good such that an example of things that you can do is for you to turn Zoom calls into SEO blog posts. So every time they're having Zoom calls, so it's either you join them, or better still, even if you don't join them, they are going to record the calls. And once the calls are recorded, you can have those calls turned into different things that will serve as their digital footprint. Digital footprints basically means the how people can be found online, their legacy online, basically how people are found and also perceived on social media, their footprints, right? So turn Zoom calls into SEO blog posts. And guess what? If you are not um a professional that if you're not a professional that is owning your expertise, there is no way you think about the fact that, oh, I can actually turn somebody's Zoom call into a blog post. Because guess what? Even those clients do not even know that this is possible for them. We have a lot of CEOs, a lot of founders that keep saying, oh, I really want to build my personal brand. I want to build my personal presence. But they cannot they've not done anything. They don't even know how to go about it. It's not just about saying, oh, don't worry, I want to manage your social media page. No, or let me create content for your social media page. That's way beyond that. um Once you definitely approach them from this angle, because some of them will also think about the fact that they don't have the time to share their perspectives with you. They will not have the time to have meetings with you directly. No problem. The meetings they are having with their staff, the meetings they are having with business partners, the meetings that they are having with their what they call them now, the manufacturers and all of that. Those meetings, you can find different angles that you can turn into blog posts. You can find different angles that you can turn into social media posts without them having to think of anything afresh. Just them having like actual conversations with the different people that makes up their business. Another example is that you can transform client webinars into LinkedIn carousel posts. This webinar that we're currently having, you can say, okay, you know what? If you target, let's say, a brand or a company that usually have sessions like this, you can reach out to them to say, let me help you repurpose your webinars that you usually have. You can repurpose the webinar into digital products. You can repurpose the webinar into blog posts. You can repurpose the webinar into LinkedIn posts. You can repurpose it into TikTok, Instagram, even YouTube videos, like long form YouTube videos. Just use everything that's said into in the webinars to rewrite scripts for them to reshoot it, or better still, the actual video can be posted on YouTube, just properly chopped, of course. Then, of course, you can also help them repurpose their knowledge, whatever knowledge that it is that they have. We are currently in the knowledge monetization era, anyways. So, repurpose their knowledge into ebooks or lead magnets. Some people are fine with selling their knowledge, some people are not fine with selling their knowledge. So, they would rather give their knowledge for free. And there's nothing wrong with giving their knowledge for free. There's something called lead magnet. So, they can use their knowledge that they don't want to sell and turn it into lead magnets, give it free to their audience, give it free to potential buyers of their products or services. And before you know, them reading whatever knowledge that has been posted can actually their um, convert the audience that is taking the free ebook. Let me know if you have been able to identify any strategy that you can take advantage of so far. Let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for joining. If you're just joining us now, hi, my name is Jen. I am a virtual assistant. I'm also the founder of the Equipped Virtual Assistant Bootcamp, a university for virtual assistants, basically. So think of the university, how we have faculties, how we have departments, we have it all in EVB. The goal for us is to not just train people to become virtual assistants, is also to help them scale, is to provide mentorship and also job placements as well. So when I say we are a university, when I say that we are the highest institution virtual assistants can go to in Africa, I really mean what I'm saying. So back to what we're talking about. This webinar is about global and client attraction strategies for virtual assistants, for freelancers, and basically every professional that work remotely actually. So it's not just about being a virtual assistant. Okay, so next strategy here, we've talked about three so far. The fourth one we're talking about is niche positioning via geocultural insights. This is amazing. This particular strategy, I love it. Majorly because in the world today, in marketing, basically, strategies are shifting, right? Big businesses, global businesses want to make sure that they continue to fit into the trends of every generation. They want to make sure they continue to fit into the trends of every generation. So, which means that whatever um niche positioning that is trending at the moment, they want to go into it. Whatever new insights the market is giving, um they want to take advantage of it. They want to be a part of it so that of course the market can continue to accept them, right? So what this can mean is use your African perspective as a market differentiator, especially for global brands expanding into emerging markets. There are some companies, or better still, I think most companies in the US, they, because of diversity, right, ensuring diversity in the company, they make sure that they have a percentage of black people in quote in their company. So this is actually taking advantage of what I'm talking about, saying the market is shifting. So right about now, because the what's the word now? Because the people that consume, or the people that are buying into products that big businesses are using, they are not just whites anymore. They include black people. So of course, they want black people that are now part of their customers to make sure or to know that yes, they are inclusive, or diversity included. I'm not sure what the word is. So for that reason, they are hiring black people. So what this can mean for you is, let's say an Australian SaaS founder or an Australian founder, right, wants to reach African or diaspora markets. You can position yourself as a cultural translator. So you see a new business starting, right? Most people or most businesses, when they are starting out, they are definitely telling you who their market is. Some people are also declaring where they are trying, the market that they are trying to break into. I've had somebody reach out to me on LinkedIn, I think 3 years ago or 4 years ago. She reached out to me on LinkedIn to let me know that, oh, she works for a company that wants to break into the Nigerian market. So they would definitely be needing a professional that already understands what the Nigerian market needs, or what the Nigerian market is all about, to work with them, because they need that. So in this case, in terms of positioning, you don't necessarily need to wait for them to say they need that. You can reach out to them, pitch to them yourself to say, oh, I see that you guys are looking forward to expanding to the African market eventually, or I see that you guys are in the African market. I'm pitching myself because as a virtual assistant, I work in Africa, or I'm from Africa, and I understand how the African markets think. I understand my African people, and I'm definitely going to be the best bet in terms of translating for you, especially if, let's say, you're a customer support virtual assistant. You as an African virtual assistant or an African, you already know how our people react in terms of when they probably are not getting the right thing that they want from their products that they buy. So you know everything you do in customer support basically. So you want to offer cross-cultural digital marketing support, cross-cultural admin support, whatever your specialization is, so that you can bridge the gap between global brands and their local audiences. Because in the end, that is what these people are looking for. In the end, that is what these people are looking for. They want to make sure that they reach out to their consumers, right? And why this works is because global founders actually pay more for someone who gives them strategic market. I'm sure that you have heard in recent times that, I'm sure whether you have had a personal experience or you've seen, if you use social media a lot, you must have seen people say things like, some companies say that they're looking for a Gen Z staff. Why are they looking for Gen Z staff? Because they feel like Gen Z staff understand the market. And the Gen Z market is currently the biggest market in the industry as it is. That is them trying to work with people that their consumers can relate more with, right? So global founders pay more for someone who gives them strategic marketing insight and also operational support per their audience, whether their market or their audience is Gen Z market, whether their market is the LGBTQ plus market, whether it is the millennial market, no problem. If you see that you actually have this differentiation, I usually say that it is not just only about your skill. It's not only your skill that can get you in, other things as well can actually get you into it gets you access into different companies that usually you will not get into even with your skills. You just need to know what your advantage is. So this is actually taking or making use of your advantage. Let's say you are in the LGBTQ community or you're an ally and you know that this company, part of the people that they are trying to work with, a lot of companies are actually trying to show that they are inclusive of the community, which when you are pitching to them, you pitch to them with all of this. I need all of us to stop pitching just majorly with the fact that we have qualifications or we have skills. Yes, that is amazing because, of course, you need to be able to do your job. But look at whatever or consider other advantage that you currently have that is going to actually be good for you as well. All right. For companies that are looking for that have their millennial market, for companies that are looking for black people to work with, just make sure that you are tapping into whatever advantage that it is that you have. Okay, and finally, we are wrapping up soon. This is 9:53. I want to make sure that we wrap up by 10 o'clock. So the last strategy I have here is for you to build second degree clients pipelines. So what this is instead of only pitching directly to clients, you can actually build relationships with people who already have clients you want and offer to make them look good. In my coaching session, I usually say that one misconceptions people have is as a virtual assistant or a professional, usually you need to work with other business owners, you need to work with executives and all for you to be tagged as a professional or a successful person. But that's not the case. You can actually work with people that are like you. So as a virtual assistant, you can actually work with your fellow virtual assistants that are doing stuff. As a virtual assistant, you can work with other professionals, other freelancers, basically. So who you can target if you are trying to use this is web designers. So web designers whose clients need ongoing virtual assistant help after their launch. So you can sell to them and say, let's say you know a web designer, right? You can reach out to them, say, hi, so I know that you are a web designer, you do XYZ for clients, a virtual assistant, and look at the things, look at the services I offer. And after your website work with this client, I am sure that they are going to need virtual assistant support in XYZ areas. Again, for you to be able to use all of these strategies that I've talked about, you need to own your expertise to the T. It means that you need to be sure of the things you are doing that is way beyond calendar management or email management. You need to know exactly what you can do. Each of the skills that you have, each of the services that you have, you need to know exactly the people that you can work with those skills, because that is the only way. Because all of this needs a lot of analytical thinking, really. That is the only way you'll be able to, merge everything together and pitch yourself. So reach out to web designers rather whose clients need ongoing virtual assistant support after their launch. Business coaches, you can reach out to them and pitch yourself to their students. Tell them that, oh, I know your students will actually need implementation help. Let's say after their time together, you actually offer XYZ services that can help them. Marketing agencies, they need execution support for their retainers, people that have clients that they work with back to back. They don't just want to come up with strategies. They also need people that will execute and also need support with that execution as well. Reach out to all of those people. So do not um, only wait or dream of working directly with clients. There's nothing wrong with working with other professionals that have clients that they are currently working with. So what you can do in terms of this or how this work is to offer something called white label virtual assistant services, so they can resell your work to their own clients. So all these things that I've mentioned here, that is what it means. So a professional that is doing a particular service, think of other things they can add to that particular service they are doing for a particular client, and you can do it under them, not necessarily under the clients directly. In this industry, you need to be actually very, very smart and think of other ways that are hidden, other ways that are not very obvious to other people, for you to be able to, have clients or work with more people. Because um there's okay, I just thought about something in the funnel, right? Look at it like this. In the funnel of, let's say, people that are trying to get clients and all that, the bigger side, how a funnel looks, the bigger side is where everybody is at currently. And where is this place? This place is everybody trying to go to Upwork, everybody trying to go to LinkedIn, everybody trying to get clients directly for themselves. And then there is actually the smaller side, which is like the bottom of the funnel, where all of these uncommon strategies that I mentioned, and also other strategies as well that I have not said here today, actually work. So you have to make sure that you are moving beyond the top of the funnel that is big, that everywhere everybody is at, that is making it difficult for you. So somebody asked me, one of my coaching students asked me a question. He said, why is it difficult to get a virtual assistant client, or why is it difficult to get clients right now? Is it that clients are not hiring or what? And I'm like, that is not the case. It is difficult in quotes because there are now a lot of people competing for the same spot. A lot of people are competing for the same spot. A lot of people are competing for the same clients. So it just means that they are picking other people that maybe have more qualifications than you, other people that they had quicker access to them than you did to them, or other people that maybe came highly recommended through word of mouth. So even if you are as good as those people, they are picking them over you not because you're not qualified. So that means that the competition is a lot higher right now. You have to be thinking of better ways that will take you out of the funnel that everybody is, the top of the funnel that everybody is on, into the smaller parts that is still penetratable, is still not very saturated, and people will be able to work with you. So this is basically everything that I have for you. Again, this plugs you into multiple clients. This particular strategy plugs you into multiple clients flows without constant cold outreach. If you want to just wait for doing cold outreach only, Upwork and all of that thing, it works. I'm not even going to lie, Upwork works. I'm one of the big ambassadors of Upwork. I create a lot of content on my personal page about Upwork. Upwork works, but right about now, you need to throw your eggs into so many baskets, right? So that if this basket doesn't hold the egg, another basket will hold it. If this one doesn't hold it, another basket will hold it. So that is the whole essence of everything we're talking about. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comment section. Oh, nice. This is 10 p.m. already. We actually meet our 10 p.m. goal. If you have any questions, let me know. But yeah, you now have tools to position yourself where competition is low but value is high, and we definitely can help you. The Equipe Virtual Assistant Bootcamp can help you. Remember, I said we are a virtual assistant institution, and we don't just teach you, but we also help you get jobs, and we provide mentorship. We help you because, again, it is one thing for you to learn the skill, it's another thing for you to implement it. So we provide mentorship that helps you understand working with clients. So even if you get your first client and you're finding difficulty, you will definitely be able to. We're going to be there for you. So how we do this, or how we can help you, is we have different faculties. If you want to learn skills, if you're a newbie, you want to learn virtual assistant skills, you can join our quarterly bootcamp that is strictly for um new virtual assistants. We have our cohort 7 starting tomorrow, actually, so you can still join us. All you need to do is comment EVB, or better still, send a message on Instagram or send an email with the word EVB, and we'll send you all of the details. You, if you're already a virtual assistant but you want to learn other skills that will make you, more attractive to this global client that I've talked about, we have different faculties, we have different courses. So we have our School of Personal Branding, we have our School of Specialization, um We have our School of Pricing and Negotiation. So different things for School of Personal Branding, different courses that we have under that is how to build your personal brand on Instagram, how to build a personal brand on LinkedIn as a virtual assistant to attract clients, how to create content as a virtual assistant, content that will attract your dream virtual assistant clients, not other virtual assistants, because that's one thing a lot of people are doing. So we have so much. If you want to learn more, you can visit our website www.evabootcamp.com, or better still, just send us a message on Instagram at equipped va bootcamp, and that's it. So next thing we do is we have an insider community coming up. That's going to be starting next month. It's a community of virtual assistants. So for this one, you have to, number one, be a virtual assistant. Number two, be a practicing virtual assistant, because it is meant to be a community of virtual assistants that is a safe space. So where we talk about different things, we talk about maybe clients is giving you issues, or there's a tool you are supposed to know how to do, but you don't know how to do it, and your clients need something. Just support, basically. That's what the insider community is for, and it's definitely very, very cheap. It is subscription based, basically. And then we also offer placement services and corporate training. So we have a lot of clients that reach out to us when they want virtual assistants, because our virtual assistants are trained to the T. So if you are looking for a virtual assistant to work with you, definitely reach out to us. If you are looking for a company to train your staff in administrative excellence, or you want to take your company to remote working, and you need somebody, you need professionals to come teach them how to make that happen, or you need a consultant to come and tell you how that can work for you, holla at us. Holla at us. But yeah, thank you so much for listening. If you have questions, you can drop it in the comment section and I will answer it. Hi, Brown Tilda. Perfect. Say thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sticking with us till the end. Hi, Zach. Oh, I'm amazed that you are still with us. Zach says, I got your picture. How do you mean? What do you mean by you got my picture? Let me know what you mean, what you're trying to say. But if you have any questions, please feel free to drop it in the comment section. And if there's no questions, that is fine as well. More about our sponsor right here. Our vision is to become the Harvard of virtual assistants in Africa and beyond, because we want to really, really teach. I believe that virtual assistants have the power to actually become the next generation of experts, the next generation of professional experts in the world. So that is what we are trying to do. And our mission is to equip African virtual assistants with the skills, the systems, and also supports to launch and scale successful careers, while also connecting businesses with top tier clients. So I know, as a virtual assistant myself, I know that clients find it difficult to find the right virtual assistants. And I also know some virtual assistants find it difficult to work with their clients because of whether personality difference or whatever. So that is our goal. We are strictly working on all of those things. Our core values involves excellence, innovation, impact, integrity, and also community. We are big on community because we know that one of the things that can help us grow is definitely community. But thank you guys so much. Thank you for being here. I am really, really excited. I am grateful that you are here. You can follow us on social media. My personal page on Instagram is Jen the Virtual Assistant. Um, my the company personal page, or the company page rather, is Equipped VA, as Equipped VA Bootcamp. Right, reach out to us if you have questions. You want to send an email, you can reach out to us, info@evabootcamp.com, or you can of course check out our website. We go live on Instagram every Thursday by 10 p.m, so you can join us on Instagram, and we do free webinars every second Friday of the month and last Friday of the month. So this means that the last Friday of August, we're going to be doing another webinar as well. So I can't wait to see you. If you have people that missed the session, they can always catch the replay. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you guys another time. Bye bye. So I'm going to take a picture of my screen right now. So let us pause. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. I really, really had a good time. Thank you so much. Thank you, Brown, Tilda. Thank you, Zach. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Prince. Thank you, Vivian. Thank you guys so much. I am really honored. And bye bye. That's it for today. I'm going to be seeing you guys in the next 2 weeks, of course. So bye bye.